email. It's something we get every day, and as copywriters and marketers, we often send them as well. So today, let's talk about some quick tips that can make your emails more deliverable so they get through those spam filters and algorithms that can throw your message into a spam filter or a junk mailbox, okay? I'm Tina Lorenz. I'm your freelance copywriting mentor, mindset shifter, and transformational business coach. I help marketers, copywriters, service providers, and entrepreneurs find their purpose and pathway to clarity so you can consciously create wealth and abundance in your life and in your business. And today, we're talking email tips. I'm going to just go through several for you. I actually have a little note here. I'm just going to make sure I don't miss any of them. The first one is personalize your emails. In the subject line, if you use a person's name, it just calls more attention to what you have for them, and you're competing with a lot of things in an inbox. So by personalizing it, it does get your reader's attention more quickly and just feels like more of an instant connection and not so impersonal. Now you can also use emojis now and then. Be sure you use them appropriately, not just random assemblage, but if you have an announcement, you might use the megaphone one, or if you have a good idea, maybe the little thinking emoji or a sunshine, or something that just makes it pop, and you see them in your inbox, they really do stand out. So even big companies are using emojis in their emails. Don't overdo it, but that can help get your email opened also, because the whole point of your email is to get it opened. And so you're thinking of that subject line is kind of like a headline. So this is one of the ways you can make it more effective. Second tip, don't use all caps frequently in your emails, especially not in your subject line, which is the first thing they're going to see, and only very, very judiciously inside the email message if you want to emphasize one particular point. If you use too many all caps, then the algorithms, those mysterious algorithms, can identify that as spam, because it's just got one of the characteristics that the creepy crawly algorithms look for. Can't really explain how it works, but that's how it works, and how things end up in a spam filter. So really limit your use of all caps in any of your emails. Now, as far as the salutation, I'm going to tell you some words today that are definite spam triggers. And so to say dear, D-E-A-R, like dear Bob, or hello friend, any of the word friend, hello, and dear are all frequent spam triggers. So don't use them in your message. If you want to have a salutation, you can say hi, you can say hey, you can say howdy, you can say greetings. Find another way to say it besides hello or dear. And for heaven's sakes, don't write dear friend, okay? Because that's sort of a double whammy. Number 4, don't use the word click. Click on the link below, click to go here, click to do that. Click can also be a spam trigger. Now, not all the time. This doesn't necessarily mean it happens every time in an email, but these are just general rules of the road that why not avoid them? That's the point. If you can find a better way to do it, then just do it. Like what I like to do in my emails is what's called hypertext, which is dark blue letters with the underline, which are actually links. And so the words themselves become the link, like go here to learn more. Get signed up right now. This is where you can register. Use it as part of the copy and make them a hyperlink. Dark blue underline indicates it is a clickable line in your copy. So instead of saying click here, use it as part of your copy and beef up your copy even more. Number 5, that was actually number 5, the hypertext. Number 6, the words, some more words for you to avoid: free, offer, guarantee, opportunity, around the world. And so many times people say people all over the world, or people around the world who want this product. And around the world is actually a spam trigger, as are the other words I just said. So free, sometimes people try to game the system a little tiny bit, and once in a while you can get away with that, like writing the word free with a period and then R-E-E to try and get that word through. But the algorithms pick that up too. And that just another thing that can trigger spam as far as identifying your email as spam. So just avoid the word. You can say complimentary, no strings, no cost, gift. Those are all words that you could use instead of free, right? All right, let's see. I think we're on number 7. Don't forget a PS. You just always have a PS at the end of your email, and use it wisely. Use it for an extra point, to reinforce something, to give one more way that they can get to the link, the hypertext that would take them to the page you want them to go to, an important point you might not have mentioned. Or it can be what we call an open loop, which is kind of that incomplete thought of stay tuned next time when I will tell you all about XYZ, whatever the thing may be. Creating that little bit of mystery, that's called an open loop, where it's not a closed thought. It's like it's unfinished business, so to speak. And you can use your PS for that. I also, this is a little extra tip, I avoid using the word email in emails, right? Because it just doesn't imply value. So in my next message, next time we chat, next time we talk, uh, tune in for next time, things that sound like a conversation. Try to avoid the words that just like everybody in the world is using, and um, it just diminishes the value of what you might be delivering in an email. You could be delivering a 6-part course on how to build a website, right? But you're delivering it via email. So you wouldn't say, on the next email, I'll tell you how to set up your domain. You'd say, on our next lesson, I'll tell you how to set up your domain. So make it valuable just by the kind of words that you use in your email. Don't overuse exclamation points and question marks. Sometimes when people don't know, they really want to impart excitement in their message, and this happens in other types of copy too, like your sales letters, but especially in emails, if you use a lot of exclamation points, especially in your subject line, again, this is one of the characteristics that the algorithms look for spam. And it also just makes it more hypey. And don't combine question mark and exclamation point. Sometimes I see that where not only are we asking a question, but we're going to try to add more excitement to it. The way to get that energy and excitement in any of your messages, any of your copy, is with the words, with the actual juice of those words, like finding really actionable words that have action, that have excitement built into them, that are just smart words, basically, not just saying the same old thing every single time. And so use the words themselves to impart the emotion, right? I have a student that told me recently, said that she actually had a dream about me telling her that there was music in the words, that there was a musicality to how you write your copy. And this is something I've talked about, why I like shows about songwriters and some of the songwriting competitions, like Songland is a show that has had a songwriter competition. And because when they start talking about how they break down the lyrics and the way the music should flow through those particular lyrics, they're talking about the emotion that it builds and the feelings that generates. And to me, when I listen to them talk about it, it's like, this is copywriting. This is copywriting, not just songwriting, but we should be thinking the same way about our copy. And so don't lean heavily on things like exclamation points and question marks and all caps to try and carry that weight. Instead, be more thoughtful about the actual words that you're going to use. I think that's what I've got for you today on some quick tips. If you can find like a free spam checker, I also recommend you do that. I have one I have used for years, but it's no longer available to purchase. But I put all the emails I write for my clients go through 4 or 5 levels of spam checking. And if you even think there's a slightest doubt, my rule of thumb is if there's even one word that would trigger one of those spam check, when you're I call it scrubbing, going through your email and seeing how it's going to what the chances are for deliverability. If there's even one word that triggers that spam detector, change it. Even if you check it 3 different times and 2 times say great and 1 time says yeah about that word, I change it because that raises the probability of deliverability of your message. Oh, and one last tip. This is another one little hack for you. If you ever have to put an 800 number in an email, that, believe it or not, is also a spam trigger. And I think it's the words call us at call 1-800. That's actually a spam trigger. So you can say you can reach out to us, pick up the phone, give us a ring, and then put 1 extra hyphen in the 1-800 and the phone number. Put 1 extra hyphen, and it will slide right through the spam checkers. That happens every time. I had a client that always had an 800 phone number in their emails, and by adding that 1 extra little digit, 1 little extra hyphen, it completely changed it as far as the algorithms looking for spam, right? So there's another little tip for you. It used to work, still does work. Will it work in the future? Who knows? Because these systems are always upgrading and changing. But that's what I've got for you today. Email is still such an essential aspect of communication with your potential clients, with your prospects, for just making the connection, nurturing the relationship, actually selling things. So the art of being able to write emails, especially if you want to be a freelance copywriter, it's a very profitable area to gain your expertise in, because marketers always need emails. They don't just have a batch now and they need some more in 5 years. It's an ongoing need with special events, holidays, changes of circumstances, promotions, sales, all of the things that you see in emails. And so from the freelance copywriting side, can be a very profitable aspect of your business. You could specialize in writing email sequences and do very, very well. So I hope that's helpful for you today. Tomorrow we'll talk about something else, but today it's all about email. And that's what I've got for you today. Until next time, this is Tina Lorenz.